Welcome to the Just Be Grateful video channel. Comparing ratios. Beeswax to carrier oil. Our ratio is 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 1 to 6, and 1 to 7. This is our cosmetic grade beeswax. Here are the carrier oils: jojoba, apricot, grapeseed, and coconut oil. Here are the 1 ounce tins labeled. Here are the 1 ounce tins with 1/8 of an ounce of beeswax. Then we added the ratio of the carrier oil. Then we placed them on a double boiler, melted them down, and placed them in their rows. Okay, everything has been melted down, and now we're going to let these set overnight. Okay, we've let these set over 24 hours, and it's time to check the results. So the first thing that we're going to look at is the actual surface tension to break down through. Here I'm pushing down, and this is a 1 to 4 ratio, and I'm pushing down fairly hard just to break that surface. This is 1 to 5 ratio. Still considerably hard. Took a little bit of pressure on that one. The 1 to 6 ratio, it started softening up. You can see it squeezing out as I push down. So that was a lot easier than the 1 to 4 or 1 to 5. Obviously the 1 to 7 was even easier. So this is the grapeseed oil, and again, just like the coconut oil, the 1 to 4 ratio was very hard to break through. The 1 to 5 ratio softened up a little bit, however it was still fairly hard to get down through there. The 1 to 6, similar to coconut. The 1 to 7, even easier. So not a big difference between the grapeseed and the coconut. Okay, apricot oil. Again, hard to push down through. One thing I noticed with the apricot oil is that there was cracking on the surface, and for those of you making cosmetics for resale and want to have the customer open up the jar and see a nice clean surface, this might be something to keep in mind. The apricot, for some reason, did crack and break up on the top. Okay, my personal favorite is the Jojoba oil, and I was really surprised at how much easier it was to break the surface tension. Really creamy like characteristic of the jojoba oil. This is number 1 through 7, and I broke down through it. It was almost like a petroleum jelly consistency. Okay, now it's time to mix them up and see the results. So I took a wooden stick and poked and prodded through each container, and stirred it up. And what I noticed was the 1 through 4, I poked and stirred, and it really continued to have chunks in it. The 1 to 5 ratio still had chunks that were noticeable, that would be hard to get out of any recipe. The 1 to 6 took a little bit of work. The 1 to 7 got much creamier. The jojoba oil was by far the creamiest and turned out, if you can see that 1 to 7 ratio, it was almost like a liquid. So by far the jojoba was definitely the creamiest. Even the 1 to 4 mix of that jojoba right there was fairly creamy. The chunks were there. It would take some time to blend them out. However, as the ratio went up in the jojoba, it got creamier quicker. The coconut oil, the grapeseed, and the apricot at a 1 to 6 ratio was very creamy and lotion-like, and I would say that the 1 to 6 ratio of the jojoba would be the stopping point of most cosmetics, simply because when you see this 1 to 7 ratio, you'll see that it was almost starting to liquefy. The 1 to 7 ratio of coconut oil, grapeseed, and apricot will be a good starting point for a cosmetic recipe that you do not want chunks in. So I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what you think. Let's hear your feedback.